Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I make my sourdough discard chocolate zucchini bread. First, we're going to make a large flax egg with 1/4 cup of ground flax and a 1/2 cup of water. Now we need to shred the zucchini. I recommend a box grater and use the medium side, not too large, not too small. I cut off the tops and then grate as far as I can, but watch your fingers. After that, I'll take a paper towel and lightly pat it dry, maybe a few light squeezes, but we want most of the moisture to remain. Overall, you want roughly 1 cup of shredded zucchini. That for me was 2 small zucchini. Now preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large bowl, add 1½ cups of all-purpose flour and 1/2 cup of cacao powder. Then we will add 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, and 1 teaspoon salt. Whisk it all together until it's combined. In another bowl, we will need to add 1/2 cup of coconut oil. We're going to need to melt it. You could also use vegan butter. Then to that, we'll add 1 whole cup of coconut sugar. You could also use date sugar, or you can use a mixture of brown and regular white granulated sugar. Now we will mix the oil and the sugar until it looks like wet sand. Then it's time to add the rest of our wet ingredients to this. A teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 whole cup of sourdough discard. I recommend using room temp discard for this, and then after that, it should be time for our flax egg. If it hasn't gelled up enough, give it a little bit more time, maybe stir it around a little bit, but then you're going to want to add it to the mixture if it's ready. Mix them all together until well combined. Then we're going to add in our zucchini to that wet mix. Try to make sure there are no clumps of zucchini. We want this well distributed in the mixture. After that is done, we are combining the wet with the dry, but make sure not to overmix this. You don't want to see dry spots, but overmixing it will make your loaf too dense. Now we're going to fold in the chocolate chips. 1 whole cup. You can use chunks, but I recommend smaller chocolate chips for better distribution. To prep our loaf pan, I spray a little bit of oil and crumple a parchment paper and stick it on top of the oiled pan to help it stay in place. Pour the batter in it and try to spread out the top to make it even. If you're feeling fancy, add another 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips on top. Press them down gently to get them to stick well to the top of the loaf. Now we're going to place it in the oven for 1 hour. After 1 hour, we're going to take a piece of foil and loosely put it over the top of the bread to stop it from browning too much because the inside is not quite yet finished baking. Keep baking for another 10 to 20 minutes until a chopstick comes out mostly clean. It will be moist, and there is chocolate, so it will probably not be spotless. Take it out of the oven to let it cool for a bit before removing it from the pan and placing it on a cooling rack to let it finish cooling completely. Don't be tempted to cut into it too soon. This needs all the rest time it can get. A couple of hours is best, in my opinion. After that, you can eat this for breakfast, a snack, or even a dessert. It's so decadent you would never know there are veggies in it. Enjoy!